There versus there, meaning there is a possessive pronoun showing ownership. There is a contraction of they are. There is an adverb referring to a place or position. In a sentence, there, the kids forgot their lunch at home, shows ownership of lunch. There, they're excited to visit the museum tomorrow, means they are. The park is over there, across the street, refers to a place. Quick tip, there equals ownership. There equals they are. There equals a place or position. To versus two, meaning to is a preposition used to indicate direction, place, or purpose. To is an adverb meaning also or excessively. To is a number representing the quantity two. In a sentence, I am going to the store. Here, to shows direction. This pizza is too spicy for me. Here, to means excessively. She bought 2 tickets for the concert. Here, 2 represents the number 2. Quick tip, to equals direction or purpose. To equals also or excessively. To equals the number 2. It's versus its, meaning its is a possessive pronoun showing ownership. Its is a contraction of it is or it has. In a sentence, the dog wagged its tail happily. Here, its shows possession of the tail. It's going to rain today. Here, its means it is. Quick tip, if you can replace it with it is or it has, use its. Otherwise, use its. Affect versus effect. Meaning, affect is a verb meaning to influence or make a difference to something. Effect is a noun meaning the result or outcome of a particular influence or action. In a sentence, the weather can affect your mood significantly. Here, affect is a verb describing an action. The medicine had a positive effect on his recovery. Here, effect is a noun describing the result. Quick tip, if it's an action, use affect. If it's a result, use effect.
Accept. Meaning, accept means to agree to receive something or to consent to something offered. In a sentence, she was happy to accept the job offer. Accept. Meaning, accept means to exclude or leave out something. In a sentence, everyone was invited to the party except John. Comparison sentence. She agreed to accept all the terms of the contract except the last one. Advice. Meaning, advice is a noun meaning a recommendation or suggestion given to help someone. In a sentence, she gave him some useful advice about managing his time. Advise. Meaning, advise is a verb meaning to recommend or suggest something to someone. In a sentence, the doctor will advise you on the best course of treatment. Comparison sentence. The teacher's advice was to study harder, and she advised him to start immediately. Meaning. Imply means to suggest or indicate something without stating it directly. Infer means to deduce or conclude information from evidence or reasoning, often based on what is implied. In a sentence. Her tone seemed to imply that she wasn't interested in attending the event. Here, implied refers to suggesting something indirectly. From her response, I could infer that she wasn't interested in attending the event. Here, infer refers to drawing a conclusion based on what was implied. Quick tip. Imply equals to hint or suggest. Infer equals to deduce or conclude.
Meaning. Allusion refers to an indirect reference to something, often in literature or speech. Illusion refers to a false perception or deceptive appearance. In a sentence. The novel's title is an allusion to a famous Shakespearean play. Here, allusion means a subtle reference. The magician created the illusion of a coin disappearing into thin air. Here, illusion refers to something that tricks the senses. Quick tip. Use allusion for a reference and illusion for a deceptive appearance.
Compliment versus compliment. Meaning. Compliment means a polite expression of praise or admiration. Compliment means something that completes or enhances something else. In a sentence, she received a lovely compliment on her new dress. Here, compliment refers to words of praise. The wine was the perfect complement to the meal. Here, compliment means something that enhances or completes. Quick tip. Compliment, a praise or flattery. Compliment each to complete or enhance.
Capital. Meaning, capital refers to a city where a government is based, or it can mean wealth or resources. In a sentence, Paris is the capital of France. Capital. Meaning, capital refers to a building where a legislative body meets. In a sentence, the lawmakers gathered in the Capitol to discuss the new bill. Comparison sentence. The senator traveled from the state capital to the Capitol to attend the meeting.
Meaning, proceed means to continue or move forward with an action or event. Proceed means to come before something in time, order, or position. In a sentence, after the interruption, she asked everyone to proceed with their work. Here, proceed means to continue. An introduction will precede the main presentation. Here, proceed means to come before. Quick tip. Proceed ou continue or go forward. Proceed can come before in time or sequence.
Meaning. Incredible means something extraordinary, unbelievable, or amazing. Incredulous means being unwilling or unable to believe something. In a sentence, the magician's incredible performance left the audience in awe. Here, incredible describes something extraordinary. She was incredulous when she heard the shocking news. Here, incredulous describes someone being skeptical or unbelieving. Quick tip. Use incredible for describing something amazing, and incredulous for expressing disbelief.
Meaning, respectfully means showing politeness or respect. Respectively means in the same order as previously mentioned. In a sentence, the student spoke respectfully to her teacher during the discussion. Here, respectfully describes showing politeness. John and Alice were awarded first and second prizes, respectively. Here, respectively matches the order of mention. Quick tip. Use respectfully for politeness and respectively for matching order.
Lay versus lie. Meaning. Lay is a verb that means to place something down and it requires an object. Lie is a verb that means to recline or rest and it does not take an object. In a sentence, please lay the book on the table. Here, lay involves placing an object, the book. I need to lie down for a moment. Here, lie refers to reclining without an object. Quick tip, if you're putting something down, use lay. If you're reclining, use lie. Stationary. Meaning, stationary means not moving or staying in the same place. In a sentence, the car remains stationary at the red light. Stationary. Meaning, stationary refers to writing materials like paper, pens, and envelopes. In a sentence, she bought some beautiful stationery to write thank you notes. Comparison sentence. The stationary bike in the gym was surrounded by a shelf filled with colorful stationery.
Meaning. Sheer means complete, utter, or very thin and transparent. Shear means to cut or remove, often referring to cutting hair, wool, or similar materials. In a sentence, the mountain rose with sheer cliffs, making it almost impossible to climb. Here, sheer means complete or steep. The farmer had to shear the sheep before summer. Here, shear means to cut wool. Quick tip. Use shear for something complete or transparent, and shear for cutting or trimming. Meaning. Access refers to the ability to enter, approach, or use something. Access refers to an amount that is more than necessary or permitted. In a sentence, students can access the library resources online with their ID. Here, access means the ability to use something. Eating in excess can lead to health problems over time. Here, excess refers to too much of something. Quick tip. Use access for entry or availability, and excess for something over the limit.
Bow. Meaning. Bow refers to bending the body forward as a gesture of respect or a curved weapon used for shooting arrows. In a sentence, the actor took a bow after the final act of the play. Bow. Meaning. Bough means a large branch of a tree. In a sentence, the bird built its nest on the sturdy bough of the oak tree. Comparison sentence. After taking a bow, she admired the cherry blossoms on the tree's boughs. Meaning, stare means to look fixedly at someone or something for a long time, often with wide open eyes. Steer means to guide or control the direction of something, such as a vehicle. In a sentence, he couldn't help but stare at the stunning painting in the gallery. Here, stare refers to looking intently at something. She learned to steer the boat during her summer vacation. Here, steer refers to controlling the direction of the boat. Quick tip. Stare, to look intently. Steer to guide or direct.
Meaning. Fair means just, reasonable, or an event with games and rides. Fare refers to the cost of transportation or food provided. In a sentence, the judge made a fair decision that satisfied both parties. Here, fare refers to being just or reasonable. The bus fare increased last month, making travel more expensive. Here, fare refers to the cost of transportation. Quick tip: use fare for justice or events, and fare for charges or provisions.
Meaning: pole refers to a long cylindrical object, or one of the ends of a magnet or planet. Poll refers to a survey of opinions or votes in an election. In a sentence, the flag was raised high on the pole during the ceremony. Here, pole refers to a tall cylindrical object. The latest poll showed that most voters support the new policy. Here, poll refers to a survey of opinions. Quick tip: use poll for objects or magnetic ends, and poll for surveys or elections.
Meaning: ingenious means being clever, inventive, or resourceful. Ingenuous means being innocent, sincere, or naive. Uses in a sentence: her ingenious solution to the problem saved the company millions. Here, ingenious describes something clever and inventive. His ingenuous smile made it clear he had no hidden motives. Here, ingenuous describes someone being sincere or naive. Quick tip: use ingenious for creativity and innovation, and ingenuous for honesty and innocence. Meaning: continuous means something that happens without stopping or interruption. Continual refers to something that happens repeatedly, with breaks in between. In a sentence, the machine operated in continuous motion for 12 hours straight. Here, continuous describes something happening without stopping. The baby's continual crying kept waking us up throughout the night. Here, continual describes something recurring with pauses. Quick tip: use continuous for something unbroken and ongoing, and continual for something that repeats over time. Meaning: altogether means entirely, completely, or on the whole. Altogether means everyone or everything in the same place, or at the same time. In a sentence, the idea seemed altogether impossible to achieve. Here, altogether means completely. They arrived all together at the party, making a grand entrance. Here, altogether means as a group. Quick tip: use altogether for entirely or on the whole, and altogether when referring to a group or collection.
Meaning: moral refers to principles of right and wrong behavior, or the lesson of a story. Morale refers to the emotional or mental state of a person or group, especially regarding confidence or enthusiasm. In a sentence, the story's moral was about the importance of honesty. Here, moral refers to the lesson of a story. The team's morale improved after their first big win. Here, morale refers to the emotional state of confidence and enthusiasm. Quick tip: use moral for lessons or principles, and morale for emotional confidence. Meaning: liable means legally responsible for something. Libel refers to a written or published false statement that damages someone's reputation. In a sentence, the company is liable for any damages caused by its product. Here, liable means legally responsible. The journalist was sued for libel after publishing false accusations in the article. Here, libel refers to written defamation. Quick tip: use libel for legal responsibility, and libel for written defamation.
Meaning: raising refers to lifting or elevating something, often with external effort. Rising refers to something going up or increasing on its own. In a sentence, she is raising her hand to ask a question in class. Here, raising involves an external action. The sun is rising over the horizon, painting the sky with colors. Here, rising describes something happening naturally. Quick tip: use raising for actions that require effort or intervention, and rising for things that happen naturally.
Navel. Meaning: navel refers to the small central scar on the abdomen, also called the belly button. In a sentence, the baby's navel was carefully cleaned by the nurse. Naval. Meaning: naval relates to a country's navy or ships used in warfare. In a sentence, the naval fleet was prepared for the upcoming mission. Comparison sentence: while she admired her naval piercing, he shared stories of his time in the Naval Academy. Meaning, veil refers to a valley, often used poetically or in a literary context. Veil refers to a piece of cloth used to cover the face or something that conceals. In a sentence, the hikers admired the beautiful vale surrounded by mountains. Here, veili refers to a valley. The bride wore a delicate veil over her face during the ceremony. Here, veil refers to a cloth covering the face. Quick tip. Veiled boalwe. Veiled cloth covering or something that conceals.
Bear, meaning bear means to carry, endure, or support something. It can also refer to the large furry mammal. In a sentence, she couldn't bear the weight of the heavy bag any longer. Bare means uncovered or exposed without any covering or decoration. In a sentence, he walked across the hot sand with bare feet. Comparison sentence, he couldn't bear the thought of walking on the hot pavement with his bare feet.
Meaning, praise means to express admiration or approval for someone or something. Praise means to speak to a deity or God in worship or request. In a sentence, the teacher gave her high praise for her excellent performance in class. Here, praise refers to expressing approval. She prays every morning for the health and happiness of her family. Here, praise refers to communicating with God. Quick tip. Praise admiration or approval. Praise communication with a deity.
Formally means in an official or proper manner. Formally means previously or in the past. In a sentence, the invitation was formally issued by the event organizer. Here, formally refers to something done officially or properly. The building was formerly a school before being converted into a library. Here, formally refers to something that existed in the past. Quick tip. Use formally for proper or official actions, and formally for something from the past.
Meaning, hoard means to collect and store items, often excessively and secretly. Hoard means a large group of people or things, often in a chaotic manner. In a sentence, during the pandemic, some people began to hoard essential supplies like toilet paper. Here, hoard means to stockpile items. A horde of fans gathered outside the stadium to see the players. Here, hoard refers to a large group of people. Quick tip. Hoard AP stockpile or collect. Hoard, Q, large, group.
Meaning, past refers to a time before now or a direction beyond something. Past is the past tense of the verb pass, meaning to move or go by. In a sentence, he reflected on the mistakes of the past and how they shaped him. Here, past refers to a previous time. The car passed by the house without stopping. Here, past is the action of moving by something. Quick tip. Use past for time or location. Use past when describing the act of passing or movement.
Meaning, personal refers to something private or relating to an individual. Personnel refers to the people employed in an organization or engaged in a specific activity. In a sentence, she shared a personal story about her childhood with the group. Here, personal refers to something private or individual. The company's personnel received training on the new software system. Here, personnel refers to the employees of the company. Quick tip. Use personal for individual matters and personnel for groups of employees.
Meaning, tortuous means something full of twists and turns or very complicated. Torturous refers to something causing extreme pain or suffering. In a sentence, the hikers followed a tortuous path through the dense forest. Here, tortuous describes a winding or complicated route. The long wait for the results was torturous for everyone. Here, torturous describes something causing great suffering. Quick tip. Use tortuous for something winding or complex, and torturous for something painfully difficult. Role. Meaning, role refers to a part or function performed by someone in a particular situation or activity. In a sentence, she played the lead role in the school play. Roll. Meaning, roll means to move by turning over or a small rounded piece of bread. In a sentence, the ball began to roll down the hill. Comparison sentence. Her role in the bakery is to roll the dough for pastries.
Meaning, resume means to start something again after a pause. Resume refers to a document that summarizes a person's qualifications, work experience, and skills, typically used for job applications. In a sentence. Let's resume our meeting after the lunch break. Here, resume means to restart. She submitted her resume to apply for the marketing position. Here, resume refers to the job application document. Quick tip. Use resume for restarting an activity and resume for the job application document.
Aloud. Meaning, aloud means spoken in a voice that can be heard, not silently or in a whisper. In a sentence, she read the story aloud to the children. Allowed. Meaning, allowed means permitted or given permission to do something. In a sentence, pets are not allowed in this building. Comparison sentence. She was allowed to read the poem aloud during the event.
Meaning. Forth means forward, or outward, in movement or progress. Forth refers to the number 4 in a sequence. In a sentence. She stepped forth to accept her award with pride. Here, forth means moving forward. He finished fourth in the marathon, just missing the podium. Here, fourth refers to the position in a sequence. Quick tip. Use fourth for forward movement, and fourth for the number or sequence.
Meter is the American spelling, and can refer to a measuring device or a unit of rhythm in poetry and music. Meter is the British spelling of the unit of length, equal to 100 centimeters. In a sentence. The gas meter showed unusually high consumption this month. Here, meter refers to a measuring device in American English. The athlete completed the 100-meter sprint in record time. Here, meter refers to a unit of length in British English. Quick tip. Use meter in American English for all meanings and meter in British English for the unit of length.
Principal. Meaning. Principal refers to the head of a school or an organization, or it can mean the most important part of something. In a sentence, the school principal announced the new policies during the assembly. Principle. Meaning, principle refers to a fundamental truth, rule, or belief that serves as the foundation for a system or behavior. In a sentence, honesty is a core principle that he always follows in life. Comparison sentence. The principal emphasized the importance of teaching students moral principles.
Meaning. Canvas refers to a strong fabric, often used for making sails, tents, or as a surface for painting. Canvas means to solicit votes, opinions, or orders, often during campaigns or sales efforts. In a sentence. The artist painted a beautiful landscape on the canvas. Here, canvas refers to the fabric used for painting. The volunteers went door to door to canvass support for the candidate. Here, canvas means to solicit support. Quick tip. Use canvas for fabric or painting surfaces, and canvas for seeking opinions or support. Meaning. Temper refers to a person's state of mind, especially in terms of anger or calmness. It can also mean to moderate or balance something. Tamper means to interfere with something, often in a way that causes damage or makes it less reliable. In a sentence. She struggled to control her temper during the heated argument. Here, temper refers to a state of anger. Someone tried to tamper with the lock, leaving it damaged. Here, tamper means to interfere. Quick tip. Use temper for mood or moderation, and tamper for interference.
Meaning. Losses refers to the amount of something lost, often in terms of money, lives, or possessions. Loses is the verb form meaning to misplace something or fail to win. In a sentence. The company suffered heavy losses due to the economic downturn. Here, losses refers to the amount lost. If he loses his keys again, he'll need to replace the locks. Here, loses means to misplace. Quick tip. Use losses as a noun for what has been lost, and loses as a verb for the act of losing.
Meaning. Median refers to the middle value in a set of numbers arranged in order. Medium refers to a means or channel of communication, or the middle state between extremes. In a sentence. The median salary in the company reflects the midpoint of employee earnings. Here, median refers to the middle value in a set. Social media is a popular medium for sharing news and ideas. Here, medium refers to a means of communication. Quick tip. Use median for statistical midpoints, and medium for channels or middle states. Meaning. Preposition is a word that shows the relationship between a noun and another word in a sentence. Proposition refers to a statement, idea, or plan offered for consideration or acceptance. In a sentence, the preposition under shows the relationship between the cat and the table. Here, preposition is a word that indicates a relationship. The business partner presented an interesting proposition to expand the company. Here, proposition refers to an idea or planned. Quick tip. Use preposition for grammatical connectors and proposition for ideas or plans.
Meaning. Program is the American English spelling used for software, plans, or schedules. Program is the British English spelling typically used for broadcasts or events. In a sentence, the new software program will improve productivity across the team. Here, program is the American spelling for software. The evening's entertainment included a musical program and a play. Here, program is the British spelling for an event schedule. Quick tip. Use program in American English for all contexts, and program in British English for broadcasts or events.
Meaning. Cite means to refer to or quote a source of information. Cite refers to a location or place, either physical or virtual. In a sentence, remember to cite your sources in the research paper. Here, cite means to reference information. The construction site was bustling with workers and machinery. Here, cite refers to a physical location. Quick tip. Use cite for quoting or referencing, and cite for a place or location. Now it's your turn. Can you create examples for cite and cite? Share them in the comments below.
Meaning. Ensure means to make certain that something will happen or be the case. Insure means to protect something financially, typically through an insurance policy. In a sentence, she double-checked her work to ensure there were no mistakes. Here, insure means to make certain. You should insure your car to protect against accidents. Here, insured refers to financial protection. Quick tip. Insure equals to make certain. Insure equals to provide financial protection. Subscribe for more words like this. See you.